Peter of Clan Fearless.
What?
You dressed rather strangely for a night.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna work out today.
Well, we are. We're going to go out into the field, and we're going to discuss songs about swords.
Dude, it's 100 fucking degrees out here. Like, really?
Well, we can just kind of sit down and do it, but regardless, I want to get paid.
Why can't we ever just have a normal workout?
Because it's not metal.
Good morrow, gentlemen. Are we here to talk about songs of swords?
We're not going to do it outside anymore.
But sir, I don't understand.
Dude, it's 100 fucking degrees out here, man. It's hot as balls.
I brought the podium.
Oh my god.
So if we're not going to do it outside, where else in your humble abode should we offer things up to Odin? You chose poorly.
Can't hear you. Triumphing. Powering.
Yeah,
I heard triumphing and powering.
not a good time, Pat.
What do you mean it's not a good time? Look, we put off talking about Grand Magus for a while now because you wanted to do this video. We deserve to be in it. Because after all, we love Grand Magus. Triumph and Power was a great album. From the triumph and the power and the spoils of war. On hooves of gold we ride, because in the end it is steel versus steel.
20 minutes later.
And when the power of the sun and the moon collides, and the ultimate warriors of the past come through to the warriors of today, there is nothing that will stop the eighth wonder of the world.
Did you and Reese want to review Grand Magus with us?
I thought you'd never ask. We'll be ready in 5 minutes. Reese, get your 2x4. We're needed.
You know I got like swords and other stuff in my house, right?
No, we're doing a thing. Ultimate Warrior, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Now say it.
Oh.
Good enough.
Greetings, folks. I'm Dan Mack.
This is Chris Mack.
It's hot as balls out here.
Greetings, folks. I'm Dan Mack.
This is Chris Mack.
I'm Pete.
And we're from the Texas side of the Shred Shack.
Well there, I'm Pat. This is Reese, and we are the New York crew for the Shred Shack.
We're here today to review the latest album, Grand Magus, Sword Songs.
You know, this looks a little bit one-sided.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
You know these don't match, right?
Is he giving me fashion advice on my channel?
No, I mean, like, they're not even from the same video game series.
But it's dangerous to go alone.
I guess we can cover the background information from here. And now for a brief history of Grand Magus.
Wait, aren't you going to do the voice?
Not this time. We're talking about Grand Magus. We're going to be serious.
Ooh, Zubat.
As serious as we get around here. Grand Magus was formed all the way back in 1996 by Cardinal Fang vocalist J.P. Christofferson, who would take over both vocal and guitar duties on the new band. They have released one album every 2 years since 2001, growing in popularity and reach with each succeeding recording. The band's even placed first in Metal Hammer's Germany's Soundcheck vote. Their seventh release, Triumph and Power, was their highest charting album to date, hitting number 21 on the German charts and cracking the top 200 in the UK. The latest album, Sword Songs, was released on May 13th internationally, and is being heralded by JB as the band's best album yet. And that's pretty much it.
With this release, the band cements themselves at the forefront of a subgenre of power metal that combines the classic elements of traditional heavy metal like Black Sabbath, the sound of doom metal, the bombast of Manowar, and the lyrical content of folk and pagan metal. The songs themselves are relatively short, ranging in the 3.5 to no longer than 5 minute range, which makes them an incredibly quick listen considering it's a 9-track offering. Despite the relatively short runtime, there is enough groove, sing-along moments, guitar harmonies, and Norse mythology for your average chugging ale from a horn metal fan to enjoy it over and over again.
Grand Magus to me has always been an example of less being more. Nothing too fancy, nothing too extravagant, but with what little time they give you, they pack as much in there, and it always leaves you wanting more.
Well, in our case, you know, Putting the Hammer Will Bite for the next 3 weeks on our playlist.
You know you love it.
Now let's talk about the individual tracks.
Man, it is hot as balls in here too. I really don't think Odin will mind if I go change my clothes. All right. Let's do this. In the previous album, I felt that the opening track was the weakest one. Here in Sword Songs, Freya's Choice starts off the album in much better fashion.
The album opener wastes no time setting the pace. The riff chugs like a freight train, and the double bass gallops like a warhorse. JB's voice is as powerful as ever, and the harmonies sound great.
You know, we talked about before that this album, Sword Songs, sounds like a continuation of Grand Magus' previous album. In fact, if you play their last album and just let it kind of run into this, it almost sounds like this could be a double album. This song is awesome. It keeps that pace that Grand Magus kind of perfected in the last album.
Good pacing, great vocals, basically everything I've come to expect from these guys, and I'm glad to see it back a second time.
Yeah, after all that remains, we need a little bit of positivity around here.
By the way, how's your next video coming along?
Hey, eat a dick. That's how.
This was the first single I heard prior to the album's release, and I was sold as soon as I heard that first harmonized guitar and absolutely fell in love when that chorus hit. This would be an example of the complaints that the band tends to be too simplistic. But does all metal need to be 1,000 beats per minute while lighting the fretboard on fire? This is coming from a guy who loves prog metal.
Don't get me wrong, I love this song. But it's not the only time a song about Varegians that I like.
Teresa's March of the Varegian Guard.
Right. But there's a lyric in here that it just rubs me the wrong way.
Well, obviously they're talking about going to the afterlife. They mention Odin and a home up above enough times.
Yeah, but they die and then they slay afterwards. I mean, when you die, then you do nothing, but then you come back and killing it, and then you're just trying to evening the score. It's like the eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind thing.
You need to watch Seven Psychopaths because Sam Rockwell's character pretty much disproves that whole thing.
How's the last blind guy gonna take out the eye of the last guy left, who's still got one eye? All that guy has to do is run away and hide behind a bush.
But I have the same feeling listening to this that I did the first time I heard Triumphant Power, and thank you, Dan, for constantly playing it in the studio. But there's a section here in the last chorus where everything drops out except for the drums and the vocals.
Defenders of steel, fight through all wars, hunger we feed. Warriors, defenders of steel, going to all from all.
And I get that same feeling that I got the first time I listened to this band. It's probably my favorite small section on the entire album.
The prophets and deceivers try to lead us all astray. We're trusting only in the
It doesn't matter who does it, whether it's Unleash the Archers, Man of War, or 3 Inches of Blood. When they turn a weapon into metal, just for the music genre, it's awesome.
I get what you're saying, but do you have to Undertaker entrance the shit out of this?
You say, hey, it's my house, my rules.
So this is the anthem song of the album. It is fucking incredible. I mean, honestly, if you can't enjoy a song where Viking metal is part of the chorus, then you can go fuck yourself.
Much like many of Grand Magus' songs, the chorus of Forged in Iron, Crowned in Steel is far catchier than it has any right to be. It can apply to just about anything.
But as awesome as the chorus is, it pales in comparison to the bridge. The groove slows down, all the instruments drop out, and it's all JB pleading with Odin for gold and glory.
Odin grant me gold and glory.
And it seems Odin's price is a ripping guitar solo. This is the song that the Orcs should be listening to right before they attacked Helm's Deep. I think at this point I should point out that one of my favorite aspects of this band is JB's vocals, and it's in full display here. You can tell he isn't the greatest singer. Powerful? Yes. Catchy? Absolutely. Lots of range? Nope.
Nope.
I was saying words.
You can hear him strain when he tries to hit a higher register than he's meant to, almost to the point of his voice cracking. Do they edit it out? Clean it up? Hell no. They leave that shit in. Vikings didn't have auto-tune.
My sword was the war.
We had some stuff to say about this song too, but as soon as Chris mentioned Lord of the Rings, kind of stole our thunder.
The song's got Black Dog in the title. We've got to work on the Led Zeppelin joke. Just to keep going for now. We'll let you know if we come up with anything good.
We probably won't.
Deep within my mind, a key that seems to hide.
As much as I hate to say it, this one lacks a little something that the others didn't.
While Master of the Land is the heaviest track on the album and does feature several of the elements that make the previous songs alluring, it is unfortunately a dull and forgettable track, not just in the context of the album, but as a Grand Magus song overall.
But we can't expect every song on here to be a flashy act of showmanship. I mean, it's not like the album is called Houses of the Holy Grail. Like Holy Grail, that band with the really good solos.
Was that your Led Zeppelin joke?
No. Shut up.
Facing the enemy, fear and insanity. Fight with your back to the wall. Horses are falling.
I told you, you should have called it Enslaved and Confused.
Forget it. It's done.
I thought this song was a little paler in comparison to the rest. It didn't really step up to the same, greatness of Grand Magus standards.
The saving grace is an incredibly catchy chorus, a bridge that changes the dynamic of the song, and some great guitar work from JB.
I thought the same thing too until I actually watched a behind-the-scenes track-by-track discussion done on Nuclear Blast's website. And the singer, JP, he actually put out a big track-by-track comparison, and when he got to this song, he mentioned that it is probably the one he's most passionate about because it contains the most mythology and folklore in it. Shedding a little light on the female aspects of Norse mythology is something that's not really done too often in metal songs. There's enough mentions of Odin and Loki and Thor, but this song focuses on Angraboa, who is known as the Mother of the Wolf. I think one of her nicknames was She Who Spreads Sorrow.
This song kind of rounds out a trilogy of mid-tempo chugfests that are good songs, but at the same time do not offer anything as pleasing or memorable as the openers. They all follow a formula that has been rehashed a few times already on this album, without too much of a refresh on dynamics, tempo, length, or overall sound.
I'm going to have to disagree with Chris here. While Master of the Land does diminish the album's overall quality, and Last One to Fall only picks it back up so much, I feel that Frost and Fire brings the album back to full throttle with great pacing, energy, and catchiness. I think that if the track listing had been different, and this one didn't follow what are arguably the low points of the album, this song would have been more well received.
My god, this is so boring. I mean, I get what they're doing here, but 2 minutes of this?
Look, not every Electric Eye needs a Hellion leading into it. I see this so often, and it's just a waste of album space and time. And it's not even like they needed to put in that much more space anyway. I mean, look, it's not like a band that I really enjoy has ever done anything like I'm just gonna stop talking.
I'm not gonna say anything.
You kind of already did.
I'm going to have to disagree again, as I don't mind brief interludes such as this, and Huger steers the album's sound toward what follows. All the songs leading up to this point have been more upbeat tunes of war, fist-pumping calls to arms, while name-dropping everything Norse. Huger gives the album a solemn turn, creating an uneasy feeling that is synonymous with the slower pace and lyrical content of the album closer.
All the walls around you, no one really knows how they were made. Who chose that way?
All my previous complaints are washed away completely with this one track that changes everything.
Looking back on the album as a whole, this is probably my favorite track. It's got the most experimentation, the most character, the most of what makes Grand Magus so great.
The tempo is slow to an elephant stomp with a thick kick and snappy snare backbeat. The opening verse has a heaven and hell style bass line that is nothing like the full force drive in all the previous tracks. And that chorus. In all reviews I read in prep for our own, This chorus has been compared to the late great Ronnie James Dio. While the vocal sound doesn't live up to that hype, the delivery certainly does. But the highlight of this song is the lyrics. When taken out of context of the swords, battlefields, Valhalla, and Odin's Hall, the lyrics of this song take on a whole new meaning that can apply to everyday life here in reality. Whether the battle is against depression, hatred, social and political injustice, or what have you, the message here is to never surrender, stand up, be strong, and face it head on.
Every day there's a battle to fight. Never let yourself surrender to the pain.
I honestly wish that the entire album had been like this, but if we go by just what happened from the transition from the last album into the sword songs, maybe their next album will be a lot like this. The groove line here is incredible. The organ music reminds me a lot of Iron Butterfly. It's just an awesome sound that stands head and shoulders above all the other tracks in this album. This one is awesome.
And Chris is right. If you take the lyrics out of context, they're very thought-provoking on how to, get through the daily chore of life. I mean, picture this. Having a hard day at work and your boss just won't get off your back.
That's a battle to fight.
Dealing with relationships and marriage problems.
That's a battle to fight.
Punching a homeless person in the face at 3 a.m. outside of a Waffle House.
That's a battle to what?
I don't like people looking at me when I eat my hash browns.
That's a battle to fight, I guess.
That's a battle to fight.
While this album is not perfect, it is certainly a suitable follow-up to Triumph and Power.
Grand Magus is and always has been very simple, but I only mean that in the positive light because you see, it's very easy to get yourself introduced to them and understand it completely. And this album is pretty much the definition of that. It's got everything you need in a very, very concise format that's very easy to dissect and very easy to pick apart. And then you don't really even need to know about the guitar technicality. You don't need to know about how it was produced. All you need to know is that all the tracks, from Varangian to Every Day There's a Battle to Fight, there's a good chance that you'll find something good, and it sticks with the Grand Magus sound.
While it's good that the album sounds the same, the only problem that I have with it is that it all just sounds the same. Nothing's different. It doesn't have variety. You can't really pinpoint the songs from each other. It all just blends in together. There's nothing that really stands out.
We may gripe about the length of the album, but looking back, there is no previous Magus album that surpasses 48 minutes in length, so shorter albums are to be expected. However, with Sword Songs clocking in at just under 35 minutes, the less interesting tracks are more of a sting than a blemish, despite the band's reliability and consistency with album releases. While I agree with Reese's argument that many of the tracks do sound very similar, you have to hear the album in the context of the catalog as a whole to appreciate where the evolution of the band's sound has brought them. Perhaps if you think of each album as one song with various parts, you might begin to see a bigger picture. Regardless of perspective, I can say that I find this album to be inferior to its predecessor, but that may just be due to the fact that the initial thrill of getting into the band has worn off for me.
Like, you could jump in at any point you wanted, and it would still be just as good. There's not a lot of misused space on the album, and for what little space they have to work with, it's all very good, like one giant, extended, perfectly blended metal track. That was fun, Dan. We should do that again sometime.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Pat.
Oh, come on. You know how I get when I hear Grand Magus with the Triumph and the Power. The Tower of Power, don't call me a lemon, 'cause I'm too sweet to be sour. Yeah.
I'll get the sedatives.
Macho man, going wild, going round. Grand Magus, Varangians, every day there's a battle to fight. And I got the battle for you right here. Oh, yeah. Macho Madness, run wild. Elizabeth, I'm coming. Spicy Slim Jim. Cut this to shit, Dan.
Dude, I thought we were gonna work out today or something.
Sword work?
That's not what I signed up for, but...
Well, come on, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna get paid regardless, so...
Really? Dude, it's like 100 fucking degrees out here. I mean,
It's Texas. What do you expect?
I guess, but
One more time?
A little less laughing, Chris.
I know, I'm bad. I'm sorry. I'm not an actor. I'm a douchebag.
Well, there, I'm Pat. This is Reese, and we are the New York crew for the Shred Shack.
We run the live radio show every Wednesday, and we also contribute to the podcast once in a while with a few segments here and there.
Shred Shack Originals right here. We should get our own cuts, maybe some nice jackets.
We can't even afford t-shirts.
Don't patronize me.
You're already sweating balls.
Oh, dude, I sweat all the fucking time, dude.
Oh my god, you're bad. You're worse than I am.
Yeah.
I'm inside, so I'm good.
Yeah, fuck you, dude.
I just can't wait for Rachel to come home and like the neighbors like, do you know what your husband does when you're away? He dresses up in kilts and has silly podiums and things.
3-man Renaissance fair, motherfucker.
We go LARPing, okay?
Yeah, the only part that is not sweating like crazy is just like right here.
Armin?
Shake harder, boy.
Good morrow, gentlemen. Are we here to talk about songs and swords and good business?
oh my god.
I fucking so bad.
I couldn't help but laugh.
Because I'm talking nightly, motherfucker.
Yeah, what are...
No, halfway through my line, he's supposed to say, Dan, stop.
Because it's not metal. Okay.
You see, that's your fault.
Because it's not metal.
Wait, no, I was...
All right.
Do you get to wait?
I'm sorry, I'm watching the camera to make sure everything's good. My bad.
All right.
I thought this song was a little paler and competitive.
Yeah.
Don't overact.
I was trying to emphasize the whole humble abode thing as like as a joke to be like, you know, since we're doing things normally now. Don't ham is good. Shut up.
Bacon tastes good. Pork chop tastes good.
All right, here we go.
This song is actually focusing on Angraboa, who is known as the mother of the wolf, she who offers sorrow. You got nothing? You got nothing?
Sorry. I was actually so entrenched by what you said.
Alright, let's see if I can do that again.
I was like, wow, that's a great take, Pat.
Alright then. Alright.
Sounded like you were reading it off the page.
Yeah, imagine that.
Oh, calm down there, guy.
I'm warming up.
You don't need to fucking warm up. You're gonna be here for 5 seconds.
Come on, I'm on camera. Gotta pump up. Get the 20. You're on camera.
You can't see the numbers. You don't know how many takes this is.
Get one of the kids once. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now in the middle of a line, if you put that thing down, I will fuck you up. I have like 4 lines in this scene, and that's about it.
Was I on screen with that?
Yeah, you're on that side. You're actually kind of your weight's probably cover me a little bit when you go up and down.
Yeah.
But and he's already way on camera.
The pieces in the
I don't
background.
even know what he was doing, so you kind
He's
of...
doing this. He's like,
It grew. I'm gonna do a thing at the end of the video. Just zoom in on that. I'm just a love machine.
It's a battle to fight, I guess.
That's a battle to fight.
Battle House!
Greetings, folks. I'm Dan Mack.
this is Chris Mack.
It's hot balls I hear.
That was so great. That's cold open right there. It's hot ball
No,
here.
I can't make that better. We're done. We're done. There was a newlywed couple on the vacation that we took with our parents, and we had just gotten these things, and fucking asshole wasn't wearing underwear. So on like 3 different occasions, he accidentally flashed this lady. It's like the same lady every time.
Man, you motherfuckers are too tall. You need to calm down with your tallness. All right, for the intro, all three of us will be there, and we'll just talk loudly. And then for each individual person, we'll just get closer. It makes it a lot easier.
I was actually thinking about sitting down for mine. No, actually, I'm gonna need to stand up. I'm gonna have my teleprompter here.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I brought the fucking podium for a reason. You wanted the goddamn podium.
I never said that. You said that.
You said that in the past. You wanted the podium.
When we were filming at your house.
Punk ass bitch ass, punk ass motherfucker.
A small enough package.
Small enough. Yeah. Small enough package. It's
Wrestling.
funny because dicks.
I was gonna say wrestling reference.
We've made enough of those already. All right.
You can never have too many wrestling references.
My fans tend to disagree. All right.
You have fans?
Shut the fuck up. All right.
I stole a dad joke.
Now I'm sad.
And then come back to us and we're here today to talk about the latest album from Grand Magus, Sword Songs. And you're gonna look at us and not yet.
Well, cut.
we just turned to Monty Python.
I didn't say action, fuckface. At least
Where's my coconuts? And we need some horses, some unladen swallows.
once I hand this off to you, and that
There's no variations. There's no something that just takes it. Fuck.
That takes it. Fuck.
is done, this shield does not have to stay on here.
No, it should not.
Although it would come off again. It's in perfect time.
Or imperfect timing. Like after Dan gets a really good line.
Oh, no, I have you for that. Thanks.
Greetings, folks. I'm Dan Mack.
This is Chris Mack.
I'm Pete.
And we're here today with...
Fucking okay.
We're not fucking on camera.
And that's, I think, what makes me stick with it all the way from Varangian. Varangian's not the first track. Fuck. That was a good trick. That was a good take too.
That was a good take.
Fuck.
Sometimes with power metal, the albums seem to have a mid-album. Oh shit.
Mid-album shit.
Pretty much, yeah.
I would love that.
I mean, honestly, if you can't enjoy a song where Viking metal is part of the chorus, then you can go fuck yourself.
I have to draw a diagram of just little stick figures says you and just you. I do stick figures you, also you, and then just fucking.
That's all I have to say about it. Because it's just good. I love it. Let's skip.
That was harsh.
It's true though.
No,
I'm not incorrect.
I can't disagree.
Put a thing on the screen that says shots fired. Have any album summation at all?
No.
It's good. Just reiterate, if you don't like this album, go fuck yourself.
I'm as ready as I'm ever going to be for this, and we've brought our weapons to battle with.
I guess you're not worthy.
It's okay, I brought a spare.
Alright. Let's go.
Was that your Led Zeppelin joke? Bitch. No.
Sometimes it's not just the way Pete says things, his face. He looked at him with such disgust.
Man, it's hot as balls in here, too. Shut up! Man, it is hot as balls in here, too. I really don't think Odin will mind if I go change my clothes. Are you fucking serious?
What was that?
Can you hear me? Yes, actually. It's coming in very clearly, actually. Good.
Got a good mic.
Yeah. Just hope Mr. Softy doesn't fuck this up too much. Actually,
Softy will ruin
it might be funnier if with that in the background.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, then.
Man, I'm thirsty. I'm glad I got this steel reserve I got in Valhalla. Damn it! Shut your face! I fucking hat on. God damn it! Fuck this shit. You trying to get a picture of my shirt?
I'm just trying to get a picture of the situation here. We got cameras, we got microphone stands, a dude in a top hat, vanilla ice shirt, and a kilt.
Alright, here we go. Ready?
This shit is fucked up.